Okay, so just beginning to sort out the basic electrics on the Matchless. So the first thing I've done is I've bought a new battery case, like a fake case. I think you can still buy these. I think they're still made in India, the actual proper lead acid battery. Um, but I think it's a bit of a faff, and these modern ones are generally better in my opinion and more reliable. I've heard loads of people say they've had This is a motor battery. We'll talk about it in a minute. And lots of people say that they've failed on that. I've never had. I've got them in all my bikes. I've never had any problem with them at all. We'll talk about that in a minute. So this was the original sort of battery that sat inside the housing. Obviously, it's not original, but this is what the bike came with: a lead acid battery. So let's just have a look. I think, can you see the reading from there? Probably. So what's this giving out? I put this on charge for 3 days, this battery, but didn't really want to know. So it's given out 6 volts, 6.23 volts. Bear in mind that my bike's been converted to 12 volt electric. So I'm assuming that they were 6 volt originally. Anyway, so that's giving out 6.23 volts. That's after being on charge for nearly 3 days. This is a new battery that I've got to replace that one. And I put that on charge overnight. Let's have a look. That's giving out 13.10 volts. If you can see that, I'll try and get that there where you can see it. 13.10. I think you can see that on the screen, can you? Yeah. So that gives you an idea. That is one X battery. Because even though it's small, this is only 3 amp hour. This is 6 amp hour. Even though it's only small, it should still be giving out 12 volts or over 12 volts. So that's an X battery. Now, the advantage of the AGM battery, absorbed glass matte battery, is that unlike this one with water in it, there is lead in it, I think, but it's all absorbed. Hence the name, absorbed glass matte. So you can fit it upside down, sideways, whatever, doesn't matter. That's one advantage, and in our case, that would be a definite advantage. The second advantage is that I find them very reliable and that they don't go flat, or at least they take an awful long time to go flat. So, like if you store the bike over winter, by the end of winter, it might be a bit flat after about 6 months. But if it does go flat, then it doesn't harm the battery. Like if you allow lead acid to go flat, then it does something inside and they don't like it and they get weaker and weaker. It doesn't make any difference to these batteries. They're fine. As I said, I have heard some people say, "Oh, I have one and it went after a year or something." Maybe. I mean, but that's the same with the lead acid. Then I know people with lead acids. They've gone. One of the cells has gone and the battery's gone. I imagine it's probably the same with these. Maybe there's some connection inside and it goes, and that's it. But as I say, I've had them in all my bikes. I've got them in all my bikes. 5 bikes and never a moment's trouble. So this is the 6th one. But in our case, this is good because obviously it's considerably bigger, it's more powerful, and I can fit it sideways, so it just fits. Because I did measure it, it just fit inside the battery casing. So there you go, and that will go on the bike. I have to square it up a bit, but that will fit on the bike. Right, yeah, that'll be good. But there we go. Let's get it in there. And so we now have we will have a very, hopefully, a very powerful and reliable battery. Just got to get this one out. I know it does come out because I've done it before. There we go. It's a bit of a tight fit, but it fits. So I'm going to wire that up now. And I've also bought this, which is obviously considering where the battery is, it's like a remote charger. So that will go on the battery connections. And then I can plug and this wire will come out here somewhere. And then I can plug the battery charger in. So, I don't have to keep, obviously it's only very rare, it will need charging, hopefully. But if and when it does, you just plug my battery charger in. This is a Carcoon one, and that's a Carcoon connector which goes on my Carcoon battery charger stroke maintainer. So hopefully, all being well, everything will go in. The only thing I've got is that obviously the old battery terminals, the wires, were designed to go to these terminals at the top. Now I'm going to put the battery in sideways, so one of the terminals is going to be at the bottom of this battery case, and I'm not sure the wires are long enough, so I might have to cut and extend one of the wires to get to whichever terminal's going at the bottom. But we'll see, and hopefully all will be well.